Algebra 2, 2.4d, multiplication property of inequality. The multiplication property of inequality is similar to the multiplication property of equality. And we have a theorem, and it says, for the multiplication property of inequality, if a is less than b is true, then a times c is less than b times c is true for any positive real number c. And a times c is greater than b times c is true for any negative real number c. And the similar statements are true for greater than, less than, or equal to, or greater than or equal to. What this is saying is when we multiply both sides of a true inequality by the same positive number, the inequality will remain true. But when we multiply by a negative number, we've got to change the direction of the inequality sign for it to remain true. We've got to reverse the sign when we multiply it by a negative. We've got 3 is less than 6. Well, we know that's true. If we multiply both sides of this inequality by a 2, then we get 6 is less than 12. Well, that's still true. But if we multiply both sides of the inequality by a negative 2, we end up with negative 6 is less than negative 12. Well, that's not true. Negative 12 is farther down the number line. Negative 6 is closer to 0. It's larger. And we switch the direction of the inequality sign, and we'll make it true. So instead of negative 6 is less than negative 12, negative 6 is greater than negative 12. When we multiply a true inequality by a negative number, we must change the direction of the sign for it to still be true. It doesn't work if we're multiplying by 0. If we multiply both sides by 0, 0 isn't less than 0. So, no, it doesn't work for 0, okay? We have 3x is less than 3/4. If we multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the coefficient 3, that's the coefficient 3, as 1/3, we get 3/3 x is less than 3/12, and that simplifies to x is less than 1/4. So any number less than 1/4 is part of the solution. So remember, the reciprocal is just the upside down version of the fraction. And we can write 3 as 3 over 1, can't we? So that's 1/3. And the coefficient is the number that's in front of the variable. So in set builder notation, our solution is x such that x is less than 1/4. In open interval notation, it's open because we're going into the negative infinity. It's all the numbers heading towards negative infinity, and 1/4 is not included. We have a parentheses here, see? If it said or equal to, we'd have a bracket because it would be included, but it's less than 1/4. So 1/4 is not included, okay? And remember, when you're graphing this, the open circle means not included, and parentheses means not included, and a filled-in dot means it is included on the graph, or a box means it's included, okay? We've got negative 4x is less than 4/5. We multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the coefficient negative 4 as negative 1/4. Remember, the reciprocal keeps the same sign as the coefficient. So if this coefficient is a negative 4, its reciprocal is going to be a negative 1/4, all right? We multiply both sides by this negative 1/4, and we get 4 over 4x. See, because the negative and negative made a positive, so we have a positive 4 over 4x. But we switch the sign because this was a negative, and we get x is greater than negative 1/5, because that simplifies to negative 1/5, doesn't it? Just remember to reverse the sign when we multiply by a negative, or it's going to be wrong. In set builder notation, we'd have x such that x is greater than negative 1/5, and in open interval notation, because it's open, because we have an infinity here, we've got, it does not include negative 1/5, so we've got a parentheses, negative 1/5, comma, infinity symbol, and then another parentheses. We always put the parentheses next to the infinity symbols, don't we? So our next video is going to be 2.4e, and we're going to use the addition property of inequality that we did in the last video and the multiplication property of inequality that we did in this video, and we're going to use them together to solve an inequality, all right? And you can go to the Algebra 2 playlist link in this description to see those videos for 2.4, all right? Okay, let's use them together and see what happens, all right? I hope this was helpful, and I hope you're having a great day. Keep up the good work, keep trying, and you'll be fine. Bye.